The second wave is ebbing. But India records its highest daily deaths. (6,148) dead in a single day. Record death toll as Bihar revises its tally. Bihar revision after High Court ordered audit. New tally exposes what was feared. Massive underreporting of deaths. Time to declare our dead, or will we ever know?
Good evening, viewers. You're watching To The Point. I'm Preeti Chaudhary, and that's the question that we all need to ask. That will we ever really truly know the extent of our COVID tragedy? An example of that was meted out today in Bihar, from Bihar. After Patna High Court suspected irregularities in death figures in the state, the Bihar government's audit has found over 3,000 deaths were not accounted for. That's only till now.
A drastic revision from 5,500 to 9,429 deaths. A staggering 72% jump in Bihar's COVID death toll. The spurt came on Thursday as the Bihar Health Department added 3,951 unaccounted deaths in the state's COVID tally. The new figures come after an audit ordered by the Nitish Kumar government. The audit itself was the result of intense pressure from the Patna High Court over suspected undercounting of deaths in the state. Bihar's health minister was quick to defend the state.
सरकार के स्तर से ये कहा गया है कि यदि किसी भी स्तर पे किसी व्यक्ति के द्वारा लापरवाही समझ में आएगी तो उस पर कार्रवाई भी होगी.
The opposition, however, is unsparing in their attack. The Congress has accused Chief Minister Nitish Kumar of lying to the people.
सरकार कह रही है कि 1200 लोग पटना में मौत के शिकार हुए कोरोना से 7 जून तक. फिर 8 जून को कह रहे हैं कि नहीं ये 2200 है. तो ये जो आंकड़ों में हेराफेरी है यह कहीं न कहीं बताता है सरकार ने इसे गंभीरता से नहीं लिया.
The RJD claims Nitish Kumar's double-engine government is thoroughly exposed.
सरकार पूरी तरह से एक्सपोज हो गई. पहले कोरोना जांच घोटाला हुआ पिछले बार, इस बार कोरोना से हुई मौत का घोटाला सामने आया है.
The ruling party on its part claims it was their government that ordered the audit and the High Court had no role to play.
लोग सरकार पर आरोप लगा रहे हैं कि सरकार ने मौत के आंकड़ों को छिपाया है, लेकिन ऑडिट कौन करवाता है? ऑडिट भी तो सरकार की तरफ से ही किया गया है. जांच टीमें बनाई गई हैं और प्रत्येक जिले में जांच हुई है, उसके बाद अनियमितता सामने आई है.
With the revision in Bihar's death toll, India for the first time since the pandemic started reported over 6,000 deaths, a grim new milestone. With Sujit Jha in Patna, Bureau Report, India Today.
Before I go to my panelists, I want to cut across to our reporters, both from Uttar Pradesh and Bihar. Abhishek Mishra joins me from Lucknow, while Rohit Kumar Singh from Patna, Bihar. Rohit, I'd like to begin with you. This is the audit conducted by the government itself. Are the numbers set to rise, or is this the final figure, which is a little over 3,000 of unaccounted deaths?
Well, yes, Preeti, this audit was conducted by the Bihar government, but only after it received flags from the Patna High Court, because like everyone, the Patna High Court also had suspicion that there was under-reporting of death numbers as far as the Bihar government is concerned. And after that flag, the state government has conducted an audit, and overnight you see that across about 4,000 new death figures have come up, and now the death toll in Bihar is about 9,500. So this is extremely shocking, and that is why the opposition is also alleging that these are not final numbers, because this clearly goes on to show that Bihar government was deliberately trying to under-report deaths that were taking place. This is the allegation of the opposition.
Okay. So the
And
number could also rise officially, Rohit, or no?
Yeah, it could rise if the audit is conducted. If the audit is conducted in a more fair and fair manner, there is a possibility that the number could rise in days to come.
All right, Rohit, I appreciate you joining us. I want to go right now quickly to our Uttar Pradesh reporter, Abhishek Mishra. Abhishek, you yourself and your team have tracked a colossal amount of mass graves, which at least on paper seem to be unaccounted for. What is the situation in Uttar Pradesh right now? Are we also looking at an audit, or till now the government maintains our dead are only the ones we show on paper?
No, certainly, Preeti, as far as deaths are concerned, specifically after the second wave, and the kind of pictures which were emerged at the graveyards, at the shamshans, and everywhere, we have reported from Prayagraj to Varanasi to Kanpur, Kannauj, where so many bodies were found buried under the sand. But on the other hand, those bodies were never counted. If I talk about the COVID deaths, the government has always maintained a data that was always been very less than the reality and the kind of cremations we were witnessing at these places. So that is indeed a question over the actual numbers. On the other hand, as of now, there are no reports of any audit so far. But yes, indeed, there has been always questions over the number of actual deaths. But the government, on the other hand, has always maintained the fact that whatever are the reports are only as per the COVID patients. And that's the reason that the numbers were not actually the same, which we have also reported throughout the pandemic. So that's going to be a big issue after this, which has come. But as of now, the government is sticking to the numbers which they've already produced. And as far as COVID is concerned, the government is prepared that now the things are getting better and all the 75 districts are out of corona curfew. So that is given an indication that the government believes that the corona is on decline.
Appreciate you both for joining us. We're going to continue to come back to you. I want to cut across to our panelists right now. I have Guru Prakash Paswan, BJP spokesperson, Dr. Ajoy Kumar, Congress spokesperson. Mr. Guru Prakash Paswan, the fact is, don't the citizens really deserve to know, sir, what is the true extent of our COVID tragedy, where numbers pop up every day, 3,000 dead in a single day in Bihar? Does it need to take an audit?
No, Preeti, I entirely agree with you that citizens have all the right to know the exact numbers, but we must also keep into account the ever-evolving nature of the virus, one, and the severity of the disease. No country in the world can claim to have the right amount of data when it comes to death. There are deaths due to other diseases. There were deaths in transition. There were deaths in home isolation. So it's certainly difficult for any government, Preeti, to account the right number of deaths. You see, as far as Bihar is concerned, let me make this very clear. As soon as the government came to know from various sources that the numbers could be higher as they are being shown. So after extensive consultation with all the stakeholders, it was the state government itself. We must keep this in mind. It was the state government itself that instructed the district administration to identify institutional deaths due to COVID-19. It was no investigative journalism. It was no investigative agencies. So the fundamental point in this case, which we are missing, is that it's very important that the government has done a course correction in this case. So data, as far as our assessment is concerned, it's difficult to get, but we should also be aware of this fact that Bihar is the only state in the country, Preeti, to offer an amount of 4 lakh as a financial help to those who have unfortunately died due to the virus. So our government has made an honest effort to identify the number of families, to identify the number of people who have unfortunately lost their lives and extend their financial support. No one is left. And when the deaths were happening in the when the second wave was highest, the priority was to save lives. So I think keeping the count can obviously is an important proposition. But as of now, it is a step in course correction and the government is committed.
All right, Mr. Paswan, when you say that the state government itself has done this audit, in this country, you need to take it with a pinch of salt. Because imagine what the actual number is. That is what most citizens right now would say. But having said that, you know, course correction is one thing. On the other hand, where you talk about difficulty in auditing, yes, we agree with you is one thing. Denial is altogether another. Something that we have seen in Uttar Pradesh with the mass graves there. But having said that, let me go across to our Congress spokesperson, Dr. Kumar is with us. Dr. Kumar, you know, the fact is, Mr. Paswan had a very clear point. It is very difficult to audit deaths in this country. Most of them have never been tested. So how do you know they were COVID deaths? And then how do you add up the number? It's a huge possibility, without, malice, that we might never know the extent of our COVID tragedy, sir.
Look, firstly, if the JDU-BJP government was not cajoled, pushed, coerced, threatened by the High Court to come up with the numbers, then I would have actually praised their action. But since they only responded by the prodding and cajoling and threat by the High Court that they have done an audit. The fact is, even if we step back out of politics, and it's necessary to actually step out of politics, whether it is the BJP states or the opposition states, the general consensus across the country is that there is an underreporting of deaths. Now, the only way to find out is, by an average, if you look at the past 3 years, if you collate the data, the average death in India is around 40,000 per day. And if you and Preeti, why I'm spending a little extra time on this is if you look at it from every state, every district, every city, every town, and every panchayat, and if you extrapolate it, it's not difficult to find out what are the extra deaths happen, right? And if you compare it. Now, if those extra deaths have to be assumed to be COVID, firstly, that is when you start from the number perspective. Now, that is only the numbers. Because if there has been 40,000 deaths for the past 3 years, 41 to 42,000, and if there is 70,000 deaths every day in India, then we are assuming that those additional 28,000 deaths were COVID. And that's how scientifically it is done across the world. I mean, that would have been done. But that's one aspect. Now, the identification. Now, the problem is if the government of India, without any, and even the public has to understand this, and even the educated public has to understand that if we don't hold the state government to fault, I'll just complete. If they don't hold the state government to fault for reporting the true numbers, we will do the greatest service to the people, because if the children have become orphans because of COVID, then the government of India is going to support them. The state government is supporting them. If they've lost a family member, there's some amount of compensation which they're due, which they're not getting it due because they're not counted as COVID then. So not only are they not getting counted in the death, they're not. So it's very important, Preeti, from your chat. And I think you guys can, run a campaign to say, listen, it's very high time we start recording all the people who died.
Okay, all right.
And all politicians step back and not accuse each other that there's so many have died. I mean, that's asking a lot, but it's important for this country.
All right, Dr. Kumar, stay with me. Mr. Paswan, the fact is, you say that the government has done it of its own volition. I want to ask you, very good. Now, can we expect the UP government to do it of its own volition? Can we expect Madhya Pradesh government to do it of its own volition? And it's a question that would be asked of Dr. Kumar as well. Can we ask the Rajasthan and Punjab government to do this audit of their own volition and come up with the numbers of those that we have missed?
No, Preeti, I was patiently listening to the observations made by Mr. Ajoy Kumar. See, this politics over death must stop. I did not mention that more than 1/3 of the death in the second wave happened in a Congress-ruled state. So it is an unprecedented time. It is an unprecedented crisis. We must come together. Now also, and your question as well, with respect to High Court, I'm actually surprised and amazed at this selective respect for institutions like court from the Congress party. So if it suits their agenda, the court is fine. If it doesn't suit their agenda, like Rafale, like Central Vista, so they blame the court and they put the court in the spotlight. So that is something which is problematic. I agree. See, be it judiciary, executive, legislature, they are the three organs of the government as mandated by the Constitution of India. They work in complementarity with each other. They work as a team. They work in coordination. So I don't see any point of pitting one institution against each other. Surely, like the government has also admitted, if there was any error, if there was any negligence pertaining to the number of deaths, the government will take strictest action and inquiry will also be done. So I don't think the Bihar government has done a step in the course correction. So there is no problem in following the court order as well. But these organs of the government, they function as complementarity. We don't need to pit one against other.
All right, but Mr. Paswan, I'd ask you this question again. There is a difference between difficulty in auditing and denial. your government in Uttar Pradesh is completely in denial of the various mass graves that have been exposed by various media channels, including ours. My question to you, is Uttar Pradesh now going to conduct an audit to figure out exactly how many died?
On the question of mass graves, Preeti, we must also understand that on social media, the image that was being shared, it was mistaken. It was
No, sir, my colleague, no, sir, I will not. No, sir. My colleague was on ground. We've had enough instances to believe that it was not fake. We've done those stories ourselves where we've corroborated those graves to particular villages. I wish you'd watch that broadcast. Leave that question out, because that, it's not about the mass graves. The fact is there is denial, the fact that you're saying what you are. I want to ask you only one question. Is Uttar Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh, states run by the BJP open to an audit and come up with numbers like Bihar?
Certainly. If there are demands, if there are inquiry, I'm sure the government would have no problem. The government must come clean, whether it is BJP government or the Congress government. The people of India, they deserve to know the truth. But what mechanism do we have in place? In the case of Bihar, I can say this with all the authority at my command, that the purpose behind this was also to extend financial support to the family that have suffered suffered death, and the compensation has to be extended. So I don't think any state has anything to hide. If there are demands, the government must come clean.
Dr. Kumar, is the Congress also going to do the same? Because where it's under-reporting, it really is not the purview or the preserve of states which are run by the BJP. It's happened in Rajasthan, it's happened in Punjab as well, sir.
No, Preeti, I totally agree with you. I'm a member of the Indian National COVID Task Force, and I'll definitely bring it up in the meeting. We definitely need to do an audit. And I'm saying, whether it's Rajasthan, whether it's Chhattisgarh, whether it's Punjab, we need to find out the actual death numbers. The fear of producing numbers which may not be pleasant to accept, because is something which all governments seem to be doing it. Much as Mr. Guruji would like to believe that his government did it with an altruistic view of giving compensation, but not because the High Court brought it. And I didn't say that I was not singing paeans to High Court Guruji. I was just saying that you were cajoled and pushed and forced by the High Court. And that's I may be wrong on that. I hope you did it because you believe that the people of Bihar deserve better. And if you did that, then hats off to you. But Rajasthan, Punjab, I would definitely bring it up to the Indian National COVID Task Force, and I think there will not be any kind of hesitancy from our part to get an audit done. And you're spot on. There's been under-reporting across, and I would take that all your reporting has been spot on. Whether it's our state or whether it's the opposite, or whether it's a BJP-run state, we need to look ourselves to the mirror, because the fact is, the moment you don't look at those numbers of actual deaths, you not only deny preparation for future. You not only look at your infrastructure, you also prevent those actual families from, if they are really in a very bad situation, from getting a government financial support to ensure that the families survive this awful tragedy. So we all go into this country irrespective whether the numbers look good or bad. That's why we should, Preeti, I'll finish off, and that's why we should criticize the high numbers of which Bihar is reporting. I mean, why they took so much of time is a different issue, but at least the numbers are now there, and I hope they report more, because then it would actually help in getting people relief. And we must do it also.
All right, Dr. Kumar, I want to take one quick comment from Mr. Paswan. Sir, are we at least admitting we've underreported? Because till now, there's abject deniability. We have maintained this is our figure, not a person over it. Are we now, for the first time, accepting we've underreported our deaths?
No, Preeti, you see, as far as we are concerned, we have to believe the data what we have. And if there are any discrepancy, we deserve to know. So the government must come clean. And all the government, regardless of whoever is in power, as far as our approach is concerned, we have advocated for audits.
Okay.
Be it for ventilators, be it for oxygen. So we are the one who have supported and advocated this point on audit. So if in the future there are questions on the audit of deaths, we'll definitely go ahead with this, and I'm with you on this. Please.
Okay, I'm going to end the show there because I want to play out a very quick rollout, because ultimately, it's the citizens of this country. Don't we all deserve to know? Don't we deserve to know the extent of our COVID tragedy as best as we can? Thank you both for joining us, but we leave you with these visuals.